Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. It's about 2:20 in the afternoon here in Dubai, and I just wanted to get on Facebook Live very quickly and do a live video to tell you a little bit about my diabetes journal that's just coming out. It's still rolling off the press. You can pre-order it and it's in our DiaPoint shop. What is my diabetes school journal? So as many of you know, when I started this, my son was 20 months old when he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. That's really small. Even now when I see someone with a toddler and I say, oh, how old is he or she? And they say 20 months, and I pause because it's really, really young. There is no good age to be diagnosed with type 1, but it happens. So he had already started nursery, and I needed a way to communicate with the nurse and work with the nurse. And the nurse when he was in nursery used to call me all the time, every day, follow up what to do, because neither of us really knew what to do and we were just learning. So as we were going through this process and learning how to manage a toddler with type 1 diabetes, I was taking notes. Everything that was given during the day, what he was eating, how many carbs, different things like this. Once it came time for him to go to big school, or you can't see that, big school, and then I knew I really needed a way to better track things, better communicate, because in big school, the school nurse doesn't have time to call you every day all the time to tell you what's going on. So I came up with the idea to start a journal to write down every day what was in his snack, how many carbohydrates he had, what was in his lunch, how many carbs were in his lunch. And then we would send it to school. It would go with him to school every day, stay in the health office. They would take notes, write how much medication was given, how much insulin was given. Then it would come back home with us. And we would talk about it every day, what happened. So it was a very nice way to outline the day. And we used a book that looked like this every year. By the end of the year, it would fall apart. It was very kind of just uninspiring. This is cute, though. This when it was Aaron's birthday, the nurses put that in his book for him. But like we would just free form kind of write it. I mean, the same general format every day, but again, not inspiring, and not that things always have to be beautiful and perfect. But oh, hi, Lucilla. When you are trying to manage something that's often a heavy subject, you want things to maybe look nicer, feel better about it. And I thought, how can I make this better and easier for people? Also, forget about feeling good. It's all about documenting and knowing everything that happened in your child's care. For those of you who don't know, I used to work in hospitals and healthcare management before all of this stuff. And I've been through a lot of quality accreditations, and I'll never forget that once a consultant that was visiting was preparing us for accreditation, and we were working with the doctors to try to get them to understand the importance of medical record keeping and writing everything down. And the doctor consultant said to the other doctor, he said basically, if you didn't write it down, it didn't happen. So that's a really great reason to keep a journal and send it to school with your child so that you know what happened and people are documenting what happened. So enter my diabetes school journal. If you visit diapointshop.com, you can see the inside pages of it, but I'll just take you through very quickly. So obviously the intro where you can put your name, and if it gets lost, a contact number where you can be reached. There is an instructional page. I am using one now with my son now that we have them. We have a few samples, but it's at school with him right now. So I will show you, though, inside there is a really nice sample page. So it lays out everything, how to do it. So in the morning we write what his blood sugar is before he goes to school, how many carbs he had, any notes, for the nurse or teacher or whoever the caretaker is at school to be aware of. Maybe they were running high last night, or it could be anything. As we know, there's many things that can affect blood sugars. Then here I write information about his snack, what the foods are, how many carbs there are. Then the health office or whoever administered his food or insulin for him will then write what he ate, how many carbs he actually did eat, especially in small children. We know sometimes they don't eat everything, and how much insulin was given. The same is here for lunch as well. And then further down you'll see there's any other notes. If there's an after-school activity, like for example, my son plays basketball, it's there. Now I will say that this process and this book is best for children that are probably 10 and under and not really managing independently yet. So nursery, primary school, elementary. My son is now 10, almost 11, and he self-manages a lot throughout the day now, also because he has a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor. So while he does call and check in with me from time to time when he can between class, because it's faster than him actually taking the 5-minute hike to his health office, we don't, always have the in-between information, and that's okay. Because the goal is that we want all of our children to be able to someday do this independently. But when you're just finding your grounding, or you have small children and you need to manage their type 1 diabetes at school, I highly recommend it. This book is divided into 9 months. There's 5 days a week. It's not dated, so you can use it anywhere in the world. You can start it anytime you want, depending on what school system you're in, because all countries have different school systems. There's a monthly divider, and at the end of every week there's a weekly reflection where you can take notes about what happened through the week. Sometimes what I like to do, even though we're on an insulin pump and there's an amazing built-in disease management program, sometimes what I will do is I will actually graph how the week went so I can find the trends. I'm visual like that, and sometimes it's just better to think it out. Instead of seeing a graph given to you, you can create it how you want. So that's what I do with the weekly reflection pages, or sometimes if there's something you want to remember to tell the nurse or teacher the following week, maybe you want to write it there, because I don't know about y'all, but the first day of the week, which here is Sunday, or if it's your Monday, that first morning getting your child to school the first day of the week, sometimes it'd be a little crazy, so you might want a little help, right? So that is, in summary, the Diabetes Journal. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can post it under here when you're done. You can send it to me as a personal message. I will do another Facebook Live probably about in a week or so in the DiaPoint Facebook group. Feel free to join it if you're not following. And in there I will answer some more of the questions that I've been receiving. What else should I tell you? Oh, in the shop, it is available for $46 US, but we have a launch special of 15%, 1-5. So that makes it just $39. And I promise you, if you go to any stationery store and you find a journal that's this big and that's this great of a quality and a great design, thank you again, my designer, Amy Warren from Creative Pocket. She's awesome. It's going to cost you more, and it will not be specific for type 1. You will only get ruled pages, and it might be a little more expensive. So visit that. We've got the discount code all over our shop, all over the internet, our social media. I'll put the discount code also in the comments below, but you can find it on the internet at diapointshop.com. We do deliver to any country in the world right now. I'm based in Dubai. It's printed here. And right now I am looking for the most feasible way to bring it to you in other countries. So certainly open to suggestions on that. So thank you for listening so far. I hope you all have a great rest of the week. And actually, if you're here in the Gulf region, it's the end of the week. Thursday is our Friday. So happy weekend, everybody. Bye. See you soon. Take care.